No, I'm here.
Hi, y'all. So today I'm live with a guest, and a lot of times I had invited y'all to come and talk with me and shit, but y'all ain't fucking come. So all right, fuck it. This is just what it is. I'm here with my girlfriend Salida. Tomorrow's her birthday. She is a Virgo. Okay, and she also has a book out right now. So we're gonna start there, and then we're gonna take it on. So, Lita, tell me what your book is about.
The name of the book is called It Happened to Me and Still I Rise.
Mm-hmm.
So it talks about being a single mom, postpartum, um, domestic violence, breakups. It just talk about everything as us women and mothers go through.
Okay, so how many chapters you got?
It's 12 chapters.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
And so anybody that's interested in the book, how they get it?
It is on Amazon, so you'll just go to Amazon.com and just put "It Happened to Me and Still I Rise" and it'll pop right up.
Okay, and you know what I'm gonna do? When I'm done with this video and then do the editing and all of that shit, I'm gonna post the link. I think I could post the link, right? So I'm gonna post the link, and y'all be able to click right on the link and go straight to the book. If you're not gonna go to Amazon.com, we all got an Amazon account though. Like, stop. But okay, I'm gonna post the link anyway. All right. So we sitting up in here chilling, and so we went out over the weekend. We had a girls' weekend, in celebration of Lita's birthday, and I realized I really needed to get out in that way. I get into this form of work, and um, that just be my main zone because I know I have responsibilities. You know, like all of us, and I have things to do, and because I've had experiences, you know, when I was younger in our youth, like most of us, I've partied and everything. So I think I kind of trick myself into thinking I don't necessarily have to go out to a party. You know, I can just chill at home. I can play my music at home. I can drink at home. But what I've discovered this weekend is not only is girl bonding time important for your mental health, getting out, planning events, even if it is dancing, is just another way to relieve stress. I'm tired, but I feel so much lighter, and I mean mentally, because the whole weekend was filled with just things to do. We had a great time laughing and just bonding and talking, and I had a great weekend. And it is Sunday. Happy Sunday to you guys, and I'm following it up with my little sippy cup. And I'm here with my special guest, my sister, Salida.
I can't drink no more, y'all. Just some water. But another thing is, you don't know how much your energy, you're going out with someone else, what your good energy do to someone else. You don't know what other people is going through mentally. Like who we were with yesterday. She really needed to get out the house. We didn't know exactly what she was going through, but you could tell we brought her out of that funk. So when I was leaving her and I gave her a hug, I said, just so you know, God is working it all out for your good. Don't you even worry about it. And she was like, I know, I just needed to get out. I needed this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you may be going through things, but you don't know what other people may be going through.
Because as I was laying in bed this morning before I actually got up and started moving around, again, my body was tired, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, I needed that. I needed to get out and be silly and giggle and laugh and bond and dance. And I needed that. And I don't know if that applies to any other people, how they get in this zone of prioritizing responsibilities, and it's all attached to finances, not really realizing that ourselves is supposed to be our first priority. You know, well, at least for me, I don't want to keep speaking for everybody. I got a bad habit of talking third party.
No, that's true, because it's like you be in mother mode, you be in working mode. You like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna come home, take care of my kids. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna come home, take care of my kids. But you have to take care of you first, so that way you can have that mental space to do what you need to do. But it's like after working, going in early, staying late, going in early. I was like, I need a reset. Like I just need to take some time for me.
Yeah, I agree. How you felt when you woke up today?
like hell. I said, Advil, walk to me. I just needed the bottle to walk to me. I didn't want to get up. I was like, oh, for the night, I'm going to just take some pills and go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't tired. My body was like, let's just lay here.
Yeah.
So then that's when I just started strolling through the phone. And then I took some medicine. My head started feeling better. But once I got up and got out laying down,
yeah,
I was like, oh,
okay.
I'm getting some life. I'm going to be okay.
So I want to talk about mad shit, but maybe not be on the time clock. Like, I'm not really timing this, but I know I don't want it to be no whole hour and shit like that. But I want to touch on a little bit of everything. So right now, how do you feel about the dating scene? How do you feel about it? Like, okay, what I mean by that is, are you on dating websites? Are you cautious about dating? Because see me, I'm cautious about dating. And
see, at first I was like work mode, mommy mode. I'm like, I'm gonna get on the website. I'm gonna go see what I could see who I could find.
Right.
Because I don't have time. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't have time to go to the club every day, to go to the bar, to go
on these fucking websites and shit.
Going on stuff. So I'm gonna just meet somebody, talk to them, and then see where it goes. But it's just like, I just felt like they just wanted to have sex. Like, I'm only here for the night. So why are you on a dating site? So you need to be on like a sex site or something, not a dating site. You don't want to date. Right. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try again. First couple of people didn't work out for me. But I'm like, I'm gonna just keep trying because there's some sexy people on here. Let me see.
Right.
Let me read their bio. Then I would read their bio and they'd send me a message, and it's not adding up. So I was like,
I'm old fashioned in the sense that, and I don't even know if it's really healthy, because real shit, I was talking to a friend of mine, a male, and he was like, listen, the old fashioned shit that you with, that shit is outdated. We in a whole modern age right now. So if you don't upgrade your thought process and upgrade your dating and stuff like that, you not really gonna find nobody, because you like out of the loop.
That's true. Look at now. Now we get our groceries online. They have Instacart, food. They have
DoorDash. But it's, for me, it's weird. For me, because I don't know. I just feel like a male, that's it, because I'm interested in men, but males or a man that's interested in you is supposed to court you. Now, when there's, well, back in the day, let me say that. Well, when back in the day, and even now, if he say hello or can I talk to you, whatever, I get to read the energy, versus online. It's motherfuckers be lying, stunting, faking, and fucking fronting online. That shit is so whack. And then the thing is, you don't even really know what they into. And I feel like as Black women, we have to be cautious, because I don't give a fuck what the government try to brainwash us and fucking say. I don't give a fuck what they try to brainwash society and say. Black women are a very elite and high commodity in any fucking society and in any fucking culture. Okay? And so I feel like we gotta, at the end of the day, we really have to protect ourselves, because we really don't have a protector. So I just feel like, nah, if he not on the street to say, to greet me, and so that I could like read him, I'm just not with the dating websites or the internet. I don't even DM me. Don't fucking inbox me. I don't even like that shit.
See, this is the thing that I have a problem with. A lot of men on the dating sites say, come to my house. No, I'm not DoorDash, Instagram. I'm not coming to your house. We can meet somewhere, but 94% of them want you to come to their house. I'm not coming to your house. We can meet somewhere. I don't know you.
Right.
I don't know nothing about you.
Right.
I don't even know your energy, because I didn't meet you, like you said. So now I'm not coming to your house. But it's funny, because every time I say I'm done with the dating sites, I go to the gas station, I meet somebody.
Oh, okay.
Or like the DM. Somebody DM me, and I was like,
I don't like
what
that
do you
shit.
Want? And I'm just always like,
but that's just
my first thing. What do you want?
And I'm telling you, I every time I have an issue with someone that do that, I just hear my homeboy in the back of my head. It's like a little.
That's how I met my boo. He DM'd me, and I was like, "What do you want?" And he was like, "You." And I was like, "Me to do what?" And he was like, spend the rest of my life. I said, you don't even know me. I could be a killer. You don't know nothing about me. What do you want? So then he sent me messages and I wouldn't reply. And then one day he was like, you still being mean? And I was like, yes, what do you want? And he was like, can we go out? And I was like, out where? And he was like, you are so mean. Then he called me and I ignored it. Because why are you calling me? I didn't give my number.
Well, right. But I don't feel like, that's me. But I think that's just the common back and forth. I think that's always going to be a debate between men and women because a lot of men operate out of their ego and it's versus the women emotions, and I think we always forever be like back and forth about shit like that.
But when he called me, I'm like, I didn't give you my number. I don't like the Facebook calling. I didn't give you my number.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
How you don't just see a video with me?
Now, if I have a report with you and I know you, of course, I'm like, okay, you can DM me, but excuse me, y'all. I don't know you or I know of you because this is what's happened to me. I know of you. I don't know you directly, but maybe we went to school together and perhaps I was with a certain crowd and you was with a certain crowd. So we didn't directly interact, but I know of you because we went to school together. Now you in my DM talking about, oh, you looking so good. I don't like that shit. I don't know. I don't like that.
I just be like, when they be like, you're beautiful, I be like,
I don't give a fuck what it don't.
And what?
First of all, we don't even have that type of rapport or some other useless ass, raggedy ass information be, oh, when we was in high school, I had the biggest crush on you. Motherfucker, I'm 40 plus. What the fuck you talking about? I don't give a fuck what you felt in high school, nigga. How is that relevant to right now?
I'm not that same person.
So, at all. But, I'm just like, listen, and to a degree, I can't really, I try not to blame them because men it's like in their genetic makeup to be hunters. So they see something they like and, and I try not to really blame them because, just like women, I'm going to use shopping, for example. We see something that we like, we're going to go and purchase it. So, I try to look at it that way, but I still, when that DM come through and I know the type of rapport that we don't even have, I be disgusted. I'm like,
yeah. And a lot of times men do what a lot of women let them do.
Allow them.
A lot of women may be okay with you being or you coming to their, I know a lot of females that will go to a man's house.
But you know what? But, and
that's so
to me, but it is unsafe. But that's also an issue because Yolanda did it and Keisha did it. Now he thinks Salida will do it and Tania will do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's like a fucking issue too. But because I be in my head a lot with my two different personalities, right?
Virgo shit.
Yeah, it's that Virgo shit. But I be saying to myself, are you not a fucking hunter? Hunters at least analyze their prey and know how to approach. You know what I'm in all of that type of metaphorical shit I'm trying to make an example of. So when they come, I don't want to keep saying they coming sideways. They're not coming sideways. I'm just like, no.
But then again, you got to think about like everything is done online. When you go to McDonald's now, you could walk up to the kiosk and order your food on the little computer thing.
That's fucked up. I try not to even do that because that's how people lose jobs. No, hello, miss. I want to order. Hello.
When you go to the grocery store, now they got self-checkouts.
Yeah, I don't go there either.
And all that shit is going to be replaced.
And you're right, though. You're right, though. But I realized, too, this is a whole sidebar. I realized, too, that this is how they was pushing people out of employment because they was computerizing everything. So it's a lot of shit that I don't do because I feel like people need their fucking jobs as it is. They got priorities, too, and responsibilities.
And I told you, my mom, she got a neck surgery by a robot. The doctor was there, but they still was using this robot.
And I don't even know if that's I want to say that's a great thing because of technology and because of the precision. I want to say that's a great thing. But now, is that something we have to worry about futuristically where real human doctors won't be employed? That's
eventually.
Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So
that's scary.
There's no emotion because I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm sick. The robot going to be like, bitch, lay down. I'm going to cut you.
Like your GPS. Like your GPS. Shut it up. But it's just crazy because I'm thinking of getting a heart surgery by a robot, by a computer. Computers could shut off. It could have defects. It could
malfunctions and shit. Yep.
I was like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like yeah.
But it's just like so many things. It's just technology, just with the internet. So that's why I was like, okay, he DM me. Okay, I'm gonna stop being me. I'm put my guard down. And it's like I took some time.
That's brave.
to
I
really
commend
get
you
to
for
know
that.
him.
That's brave.
But it still took some time
Yeah.
before I went out with him. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, what's your name? Where you stay? Well,
Yeah.
how old are you? You give me all this
Yeah,
information.
trying to get
then
to
I
the-
think
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
So then I gave him my number. I said, I want you to call me and I want to see what come up, what state come up. Because
Okay.
I want to know if you're telling me the truth. A lot of people don't think about that. When you call somebody the name, the state, that come
Girl,
up.
I'd be like Floyd Mayweather out this motherfucker. I'm be so guarded. I'm like, I come.
That's how I am.
You know, like
they be like, I can come get you. I be like, come get me from my house where I sleep.
right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
right. I'll meet you. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll meet you, but
no.
you're not coming to my house, and I'm not going to your house.
Oh no, because you might try to get my license plate and find me.
I don't give a fuck
No.
what you nigga. I'm not going to your house, and you're not coming to my house. You're gonna find a common area to meet.
Mhm.
But when you speak to, I don't want to say mature men, like I don't want to offend anyone, but when you speak to men that have experience, I guess that still would be mature, but a lot of them understand. To me, it's like a lot of the younger generation that is just like, not with this shit. Oh, give me your Instagram, give me your, because you know, sometimes I get dressed, I might pull me a little young thing now. And he like, give me your Instagram. Nigga, what? Like, I feel like that's personal information.
Yeah, but I'd rather get that to you than my number.
I don't even give him the motherfucking number. I'll take your motherfucking number. You know what I'm saying? And I'll text you, or I don't know. I gotta try to work this shit out.
I love you, sis, but you a little like,
Yeah. But you know, I think
aggressive
it's
and
because,
manly sometimes.
yeah, I be trying not to be, but
sometimes
I
when you
like-
go through certain things, it puts you in that situation to.
well, I think it's a whole bunch of things that's going on. First of all, I honestly believe that we all have masculine and feminine within us. I honestly believe that. However, for the past, I want to say maybe 15 years or more, I haven't had any real balance with balancing out my masculine and my feminine, because my baby daddy fucking locked up. He keep getting fucking locked up. So it's on me to be, yeah. And this is my rebuttal when people say, oh, you know, you can't raise a man. You know, you can't raise a man. I said, no, I don't. To me, you can't tell me that shit. My issue or my rebuttal for that is, okay, maybe I can't teach him how to be a man, but I can raise a man. And my eldest son has helped me prove that I can raise a man.
Because he is great.
And if it takes a dick to make you like a role model in your child's life, if that's all it takes, to me that's not enough, because a lot of fathers are not even actually teaching our sons how to be men. They only showing them what men do. You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah, she like you gonna get all of it, like that type of shit. And I'm not even against that, because you know that's a bit. But aside from the multiple bitches that he could get, aside from explaining to him how sex work, how his dick work, and how to use it, aside from that,
like,
are you showing him how to be a man of the house? Right? It's emotional shit. A man in your own space. You know, you have a room. You know, keep your room clean. If you feel like you need to talk, come and talk to me. But it don't always have to be the child to come and talk. You as a guardian, go and talk to your son, because you've been their age before. So you may have a better idea of what they may be going through at the time.
The kids are harsh. They talk about your hair. They talk about your. My daughter's 6, and she came home and told me the girl didn't want to play with her because she had more beads than her. What?
Well, see, that's some parental shit. Let me tell you right now. People will pass their insecurities on to their children. And that's the thing I'm saying. Like, everybody cannot be a parent. And, you know, we're young and we became young parents. And we really became young parents because we thought we was in love. But we thought we was in love. That thing was good. And we had it to ourselves for a little while. And so now we think we're in love. And, you know, well, we going to be parents. That's going to be my baby daddy. And it, as you grow older, I think a lot of our people get stagnated in maybe like a certain time frame, because there's so many people that's immature. There's so many people that when you may have a talk with your kids, like you said, oh, she ain't want to play with me because I had more bees than her. When you start to talk to your kids and you see how the effects of other households is with their kids, it's like, what the fuck going on over there? Like, y'all, the only thing y'all got to worry about is playing. Why you even give a fuck about what's going on in her hair?
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I had to realize is everybody don't parent how you parent.
Yeah.
And it just be little things like spending time with your kids.
Yes, that to me, that's
talking
important. Yeah.
Even down to like bedtime.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't have bedtimes. A lot of kids just be up all night. The bedtime is for you, but it's really for me too.
Right.
Because at 9 o'clock, my house should be quiet.
Right.
It should be peaceful.
And
That's
so you can have
time.
your peace right before, you preparing for the next day. Yeah, I agree.
So it's not just for you, it's for both of us.
Yeah.
We have homework time in our house.
Okay.
When you come home from school, you got to do your homework. No TV, no tablet, no nothing. As soon as you come in. And then I noticed, this is just me back in the day. I would go to the park and I see kids playing in their school clothes.
Okay.
Really? Is that just me? Or that just bothers me? Like, why are you playing in your school clothes?
I don't know. Because my issue, and I know things are not material. I know, but I just feel like a lot of parents also teach their children to be materialistic, whether it's intentional or not. And they teach them because the parent may, you work. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're entitled to have what you want to have if you can afford it, if you work. But when I see, to me, this that old school shit. When I see high school girls with Gucci bags and long ass nails, now mind you, when I was in high school, girls was wearing weaves too. They was getting their nails done. But I don't remember them looking so grown. I remember them being like, okay, you could look at them and say, oh, she look good. Her parents got a little money. But her nails was short and painted.
They do this in middle school. My daughter is 12. And they have nails.
Yeah.
Mine's not even that long. And they have belly shirts.
And I don't know.
Lace fronts at 12.
Right.
And they wonder why when men look, they confused. They don't know if she's 12, 14, 18, 21.
Motherfucker, Don't fucking play with me. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck how that bitch is built. Somewhere along, it's a little alarm going off. Now, I know that might not be for everybody. I know that ain't for everybody because my son got caught up in a situation like that. My oldest son. He told me about, so he was 18 at the time. He met a girl. Her body was all crazy. She invited him to a cookout on her block party that her family was having. Okay, so he goes. He chilling. He's sitting down chilling. She introduced him to, the family or whatever like that. And at this time, he got this little peach fuzz here, this little here. And the mom came over to him and said, oh, you want to date my daughter? And he was like, yeah. What's going on? Is everything okay? And she said, you know how old my daughter is? And he was like, yeah, she's 17. No, my daughter is 14 years old. And he said he got up and left. And that traumatized him so much, real shit. That traumatized him so much. He said, Mom, I'm going to start asking these girls for ID. Like, I'm going to act like I'm security at some of these places. I need to see their ID. Because she did not look 14. So I know it's an exception to the rule and stuff like that.
Because I'm talking about baby. I'm seeing it from my own eyes. These girls look older than me. They doing makeup.
That's a hard ass life. That's a hard makeup. And why you got girl?
They doing
I don't even want to go there.
Lipstick now. At 12, we at middle school. I'm talking about full face makeup.
Oh, child, I don't know.
My 12-year-old friend, she be on a bus. Shantae friend be on a bus, put her makeup on. She's pictures of
no, child.
This is why your face.
God gave you boys. Yeah, man. Child, I would be going fuck. I probably wouldn't even have no job because the bitch probably be gonna call police on me after I try to fucking kill her ass so many times. Because what you rushing for? Like, I really need you to enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. And to me, depending on the neighborhood that you grow up in, it do be a competition even amongst friends. Because if let's use me and you for example. If I had daughters, if you have your daughters a certain way, and I'm raising mine with the long nails and the lace fronts and all of that, that's popular in hip hop culture right now. So now, how I may be dressing my daughter, either she makes your daughter feel away, or your daughter might look at her like, damn, I wish my mama would let me get it. You know what I'm saying? This should be raising kids ain't no fucking joke.
But that's how it is though. And then my daughter know I don't do the belly shirts. So she was like, Mom, look at her. They wear belly shirts and stuff. And I was
Baby.
like, yeah. I say everybody parent is different. Some kids can have boyfriends, some kids can't. Some kids could go out and
okay, but you could wear the equivalent. Go get you a nice tank top, you know, like this. Get you a tank top. Come on,
cover it up. You know what I'm saying? But I said, if you're doing everything now, what you gonna do when you get older? I see nose piercings now.
Child, bye.
I couldn't do nothing till I turned 18. Nothing.
Yeah, child. Okay, so
nothing.
Let me tell you my little story about turning 18.
I snuck and bought a phone.
I was pregnant at 17 and had Ty at 18. So by the time my mother was just being lenient to take her fucking foot off my neck, I had a fucking bun in the oven. So I fucking get it. I get it.
But it's just like, you just have to. You have to stay on girls. You have to. Nowadays, they having babies at 11.
And it's crazy. I feel, and you know
they
what?
got babies at 11 now. 12
Maybe
now.
because I'm the mom of boys, but I feel like that too because I ain't even gonna hold you. First of all, I am very, very blunt with my sons. I don't fucking pull no punches with them. I don't fucking sugarcoat nothing for them. Maybe that's the masculine side of me, but I just feel like I do not trust society to sugarcoat some shit. Me as a parent, sugarcoat some shit for you and let you go figure it out while you out there in the fucking world. I don't trust society that way. So I be straight up honest with them. And I told my oldest son when he was little, when we was talking about the birds and the bees, I said, nigga, let me tell you something. You gonna see some bitch, she gonna be the motherfucker. And she probably gonna feel even better. But I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no pussy good enough to die for it. So you make sure you put a condom on because you don't know what her history is and what's going on. And it's not that her history is important for you to judge her. What she's doing is important because you're sharing yourself with her and you don't know what somebody else might drop off there. Hopefully, her parents are teaching her also about condoms and birth control. Hopefully. But I don't know because everybody raised their kids different. But we're going to get off of fucking kids because I want to talk about breakups. Now, what was your process like dealing with the breakup? What was the point that you got to where you was able to say, okay, I think I'm going to be good? Like, what was I got a whole bunch of fucking questions. So let me try to organize my questions. The breakup and the first initial shock of the whole shit is like fucking like a death. It almost feels like a fucking heart attack. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is like a death because I lost the thought of having our family together.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of was like it was a whole healing journey because first I was blaming myself, what I could have done, what I didn't do, what can I do? But then after going through that and realizing it's not me, it's you, then I had to sit back and reevaluate my self-love because nobody should come and affect my self-love, how I feel about myself. So I had to reevaluate me in order to even face the process. So I was looking at me, self-loving me, spending time with me, loving on me, getting books, reading, just trying to get me right. So then once my mind got right, I just wrote everything down. Everything that I liked about this person, everything I didn't like about this person. And then I just prayed that it's all over. I go back sometimes and pick it back up and then I just give it right back.
Well, for fucking me, and I'm gonna be real shit. I did not once blame my fucking self. Now, I'm reading all of these self-help books. I'm trying to get myself through the process of the breakup because I'm like really hurt. And I'm reading these self-help books and they like, you got to take accountability. You got to take accountability. And I was having a real issue with that because, and maybe you guys out there might be able to respond and let me know maybe if I'm still bugging. But I honestly, from the gate, I knew I was fucking him.
But it still was you because you allowed it.
And I'm just like, but this is the catch-22. It's not even that I allowed it. It's that this is what I thought love was. Love was communication. Love is belief in your partner. Love is working with your partner. It's companionship. So when I'm displaying this, I'm not thinking that I'm enabling. I'm saying, I want my partner to be like this, so this is how I'm going to treat my partner. I want my partner to be supportive, loving, understanding, all of that shit, relationships come with, because we're going to have our own little bullshit to deal with aside from that. But the bonding for me was, I felt it was important.
That saying, treat people how you want to be treated?
Yeah.
That shit don't matter no more. That shit
I guess it don't fucking matter, right? I guess it don't fucking matter because I just was like, not just what I want for myself, but I have kids with you. I love you. You made some fucked up decisions in your fucking life, but it don't mean that I should judge you and turn my back. We together. I'm going to be there for you, nigga, no matter what. That's just what it is. It wasn't until, and I still real shit, I still blame that motherfucker because now I look at it like this. Okay. I don't know if you was raised off survival, but you have no motherfucking clue what fucking love is. No clue. And it wasn't until his return to home where he thought he was going to treat me fucked up and treat me some type of way. Once I understood where he was coming from with that shit, I let that shit go. Because you're not going to treat me fucked up. I love myself too much for that. I've always loved myself. And when I go deeper and start combing into the history, I'll be like, you know what? I don't even think that motherfucker even really knew me. Because if you feel some type of way about the woman that I've become, you couldn't have known me because I've always been this type of woman. Yes, I've grown into my womanhood, but I never was the type of bitch that had self-esteem issues. I never was a bottom-ass, broke-ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I had my struggles like everybody else in the hood, but I was never fucked up. And I did that too.
Another time, they would like the old you, but don't like the new you. Just like when I got with my ex-husband. He liked the party, Salida. Mm-hmm. He liked the going out, Salida. Mm-hmm. But when I had my daughter, this is the mom, Salida. Mm-hmm. He ain't like that person. He ain't married that person.
Wow.
He married this person.
Wow.
But that new person, he ain't like her. So we was bumping heads.
And that's crazy to me.
That's not what he married. That's not what he used to. So that new person I become, that's not for him. He don't like that person. That's like his enemy.
Right.
So now he's all
right. That this every time I turn around, it was some type of competition, some type of argument, all the way to the relationship that I got with our fucking son. I mean, it just began to be too fucking much.
You don't like that new you.
And the crazy, but this is the thing, right? That's not the new me. I've always been a loving person, which is how we fucking listen, nigga. I like you.
Way, though.
Yeah, because now I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm a mom and I'm raising black men out this motherfucker. And just like I love myself, I love my motherfucking sons. And I'm not going to put my sons in no fucked up predicament. I'm just not that type of mother. I'm not the type of mother to choose a man over my fucking kids. I'm not the type of mother that leave my kids all out in the fucking street all hours of the night because I'm trying to find a party. I'm trying to find the hottest dick. I'm not that type of mom. Because a lot of our culture, it wasn't my family, but I grew up in the black culture. You know, that's how a lot of time the black culture, the father fucking wasn't around. The mother had the mothers had the fucking babies young. So and I still don't blame the mothers because like it's just a cycle that you have to break. I don't blame the mothers because Salida, when you young and you have a baby at 14 to 15 years old, you're still a fucking kid. So you're having a baby. You don't have a sense of responsibility. I'm not even fucking mad that you're trying to go out and find a party and a baby with your mom. I'm not even fucking upset at that, because at that time you did what you knew how to do. You didn't know how to be a mom. You only knew how to be a 15-year-old kid. So I'm not even fucking upset at that. But with all of that taken into account, because my mom had me at 16 years old, my dad was not around, so my grandmother and all my uncles helped raise me and my brothers, and I loved them all and held them in high regard. However, when it came to my kids, I was the same fucking way. I'm like, listen, my kids gonna know that they love. They're gonna understand what love is, because they're gonna hold themselves in high regard too. It's nothing fucking worse than like a insecure fucking low vibing fucking man. Like, you can't even be in a fucking relationship with nobody like that. And I know, because that's how fuck he was when he came home. Dating somebody like that is very fucking stressful. They have no self-security.
Always arguing, and that's why it was always debates, and that's why it was always disagreements, and that's why we could never come together, because he didn't like that new person. But this is me, and I can't change that person.
Well, my thing is, okay, so this is what may have confused me. Why would you want that person to change if this is the fucking, not just the woman that I've evolved to, but let's do some mathematics. This is the woman that has held you down. Letters, money, commissary, whatever the fuck. Even when your motherfucking family was not. There's nobody in that man's life that was consistent the way I was consistent. From letters to fucking phone calls to fucking packages to fucking commissary. It's nobody. It's nobody. It's nobody. For that whole fucking 13-year ride, I was on it. So I'm saying now, why would you have a problem with that person? Because we not only have history, but now you should have some type of understanding, like, yo, I really have a dope ass partner. She raised my sons in my absence. She held me down. All right, this is somebody I could work with, because now I could put myself in a better position. You're not thinking that way. You're so busy not liking me for what? For the shit that you couldn't be or couldn't do as a man. It had nothing to do with me. That's why you gotta work on yourself. What the fuck you was doing in there that motherfucking 13 years? Because I was under the impression we was gonna break a generational curse by giving our children a 2-parent household. That was just one. Second of all, we have built a bond. Like, we were together like fucking decades of shit. No matter the incarceration times you was fucking locked up, I was fucking always there. I was always fucking there. And it's not about trying to get clout. It's not about that. I'm trying to make it relative to my thought process. We always had a bond. You always had a bitch that was ride or die. I was always there. So how the fuck you come out and now I'm your fucking enemy? I was like, what the fuck is this?
And
who is this man?
Another thing that I had to realize again, everybody don't think how you think either. In my mind, I'm sitting here like, oh, you held me down. You made sure I ate. You made sure I had money. You made sure I could make calls. You took care of my kids. When I get out, I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure you take a break. You rest. You take some time.
Well, that would have been nice, but I didn't think that way.
No, I'm saying that's what I would have thought.
Okay.
She did all this for me. What can I do for her? How can I show
that's
her
nice.
that I appreciate it?
That's loving.
I would have been.
That's loving.
That's
loving. And I didn't even think like that. I just kept saying, I know he got to readjust. He got to get his mind right.
But just think
his
about
soul
it. Somebody
right.
did all this for you. I'm a giver. So my thing is, what can I do? This person held me down when I had nobody. You don't think he's sitting there thinking about why he's there, thinking about that. But then when he get out here, it's different.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
but now he's living with that person he don't know. Before he went in, you was that person he knew.
Mm-hmm.
You changed. When he came out, you that new person. That better.
That's crazy to me.
Right. You are.
Right.
You're that better version of you, but he's not used to that.
You don't. So that's still weird to me, and I understand what you're saying because he's not used to it. The reason why it's weird to me is because You always got letters. You always got pictures. Every time I changed my job, because I didn't always have the job I had now, but it was levels to the shit, how they say, because I had another job, but you was always in transition with me. I didn't keep you out of the loop. It's not like you came home and just like, damn, who this bitch? You
But
was
someone
in the
had
loop,
to
so it
tell
was
me-
that's
but
why it was
someone
weird
had
to me.
Tell me that it was really weird when somebody broke it down to me. Yes, you was that same person, but when you came home, you wasn't that person anymore. You were a better version of you.
That's
But
why I think he
sometimes-
narcissistic too,
But
amongst other
sometimes
things. But
people, when you're doing better than expected, that bothers them. So not only do I not have money, I come home and you better. This is somebody I don't know. Everybody is not open to change. Yes, you still that same person with the letters. Yes, you still that same person holding them down. But now I'm living with you. Now I'm seeing this different person that he's not used to. He's not used to the new you.
okay, so let's go with that. Okay, let's go with that. So what was it that he couldn't say that very thing? Like, okay, you know what? I thought I was ready. I need a little more time. I'm gonna fall back for a minute. That communication between partners. What made me the straight up enemy
That's
to
a good
where though
question.
we
Let me
in
answer
here
that. That's a good
motherfucking
question.
fighting?
That's a good question. How am I talk to somebody I don't know?
Because we still have a history. When that nigga first went to jail, half the niggas in there he didn't fucking know, but he built a rapport with them over time. So you can't sit here and tell me after we done fucking had kids together, apartments and all this other shit, you can't sit here and tell me that you make a conscious decision to say, I'm gonna treat her, I'm gonna sabotage this shit over. Let me just talk to her and let her know what's up for real.
I get what you're saying, but in his mind, I don't know this person. So you may not feel that way, but to him, you're like a stranger.
Then, right, again, you could have bowed out gracefully. Bow out. Don't come in here and try to turn my whole fucking world upside down. Don't come in here and try to Lauryn Hill me, as I say, because she lost her fucking mind behind love.
But
You
now,
pouring.
He's on defense mode. And now he's negative with the defense mode. So at this point, you either gonna love me for the new me or don't. Because this new me has bettered me. It has bettered your situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you either gonna deal with it or don't. But he couldn't deal with it in my situation, which is fine,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not gonna lower myself
to
make you feel okay.
I'm
not gonna not have the relationship with my kids to make you feel better. I'm not gonna go downgrade how we living because you used to something different. It's okay. So we went through
I'm okay with it. I told the nigga
it's okay.
Of course I would have been hurt because I had expectations of us being able to be together. And for a record, I hate when motherfuckers say, that's your problem because you have expectations. Let me tell you something about fucking expectations, real talk. When you're in a relationship with someone, you are going to have expectations. When you go to fucking work and you work 40 hours a week, you expect to get fucking paid for the 40 hours. Am I right? So how the fuck could you not have expectations with a partner that you spent over decades with? No, that's unacceptable. And it does not mean that I was expecting him to be fucking Superman. What I was expecting him to do was to come home and take his time getting himself together and readjusting because I had everything else. So it shouldn't be no reason why we fighting every fucking day. You saying I'm a motherfucking stranger, you don't want to talk. Well, nigga, how about you fucking try to get to know me then? So even if you don't want to be together, you will be in a space that you could just tell me that. What you think? You gonna come home and we gonna do all of this fucking fighting and arguing, all of this motherfucking bullshit because you don't like who I become? You could just say that. We're the man in you. Say that shit. Say it.
It was just so weird when they just explained it to me. And I'm like, we've been together over 10 years. Why can't you talk to me?
That's all I'm saying.
Why can't you
Whatever the fuck you feeling, say it. Because it doesn't matter if I like it or not. I need for you to be real with me the same way you want me to be real with you. That's just the main shit. And communication between couples. And that's what I expected. I expected you to be the man you said you was. I expected you to be honest no matter what. Because whether he was here or not, God had put me in a position where I was able to take care of our family. So
And
he
then
could have been
she
honest
gave
enough.
this example. She said, have you ever, like, your friend introduce you to somebody and you be like standoffish until you get a vibe from somebody and see how that person, like when you introduce me, like, hey, this my girl, how you doing? And you be like, hey, they automatically know right then and there if they're gonna like you or not.
Then you should have spoke up fucking sooner. Like, this is my.
If you don't like her, if you don't like your friend, you're not gonna say right then and there.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. It's that not liking people goes so deep with me because I don't even understand how the fuck bitches. And I'm talking about bitches don't like you, but will try to infiltrate your circle just to hurt you. Mm-hmm. Bitch, you got that kind of time? I don't got that kind of time, bitch. I don't like you. I don't even want to fucking be around you. And to me, that even goes for men. But I found out the secret to some of these men, and I also don't get offended. Some of these men will fuck you and don't even like you. Don't even like you as a person. And that probably could have been my example. However, it don't take away from the fact that I expect you to be honest with me. So even if, I mean, we've been down for so long, even if that's the road you was going, nigga, you could have told me that. You could have fucking told me that. It's no reason why you could not have been honest with me and telling me what the fuck it is or what the fuck it was. It's no reason. And that's why when I think about everything, I be like, yo, I'm still having a hard time taking accountability because I just look at this nigga like this nigga's a fucking trash bag. Like, you even a fucked up person to me.
It's just a whole weird situation. How you can be with somebody for so long and then wake up and don't even know the person who you laying next to. Or you could be with somebody for so long thinking that you have the respect and just respect me enough to let me know that you don't want to
be here. Right. That you don't want to fucking be here. Because this is my thing,
That's
right?
my thing. It's a respect thing.
This is Salida. He's making decisions. You understand what I'm saying to you? You have the decision to say, because you're in your right mind to say, I gotta talk to her today. Or, you know what? This bitch, I'm call her today when she get off work and we gonna argue about this because I don't like this and I don't like that. You're making a conscious decision to sabotage this shit. So now that it's all over and it then exploded the type of way, how can I even have any respect for you as a person, let alone a man or even a fucking parent? Because I don't. I'm at the point now, I don't give a fuck about how he feel about nothing.
And then that's when
I stay away from him.
That's what I was going to say.
He set the tone for that, though. You know, he set the tone for that because I did converse with him in the beginning of the breakup about trying to co-parent and trying to, you know, he just wasn't with it. He was on some shit like, I can't co-parent. Only way I can co-parent is if I'm in the home.
Another thing is control. Shit. Another thing is control.
I don't need governing.
That's another thing is control.
Okay, now let's have a debate because this is my thought process. Right? The last time you made a solid decision, you did 13 years in fucking jail, my nigga. You have to, woman speaking now, about her mate. You have to put yourself in a position for the queen and the children to be able to trust you now. To say, we safe with dad. Dad gonna make sure we good. Because your decision making ain't motherfucking good, nigga. Even to this day, look at the fucking situation that you in. Now, I don't know his situation. You know, he could be with a rich ass bitch. I don't know. But leading up to the last time I saw him, which was in June, his situation was not the motherfucking best. At any time, you can fuck up something that was laid out for you. Like the whole shit was laid out for him. If you could fuck up something that was already laid out for you, you a foul ass fucked up nigga. I don't give a fuck. What you say?
But once a man has felt like he lost control, that's the biggest ego. That's the biggest thing a man wants.
And I did tell him this. You operating out of ego. That's not how you reach me, because I'm a lover. Even when we was together back in the days, I loved you. And I love you now.
But
and
you
the
have
way
think
to
about it, he haven't
communicate
had
with
no
me,
he haven't had no control over nothing for 13 years.
that's
Somebody
not my
told him where to pee. Somebody told him when to eat.
that's
Somebody
not
told him
my
when to sleep.
that's not my
Somebody
fucking
told
problem,
him.
because I also feel like for the fucking 13 years that motherfuckers was telling you everything, you're supposed to sit with yourself as a man and look in the mirror and get your prayer on and say, you know what, I'm not going to be in this situation again. I got a support system. When I get home, I'm going to try to be the best man I could be, because I told him, you work on yourself and elevate yourself. Thank God. Don't worry about the boys. They good. They know of you, of course, because you the dad and shit. They know of you. But once you get yourself together, everybody that you love gonna reap the benefits of you having your shit together. So you don't have to worry about, it's certain shit you don't have to worry about. So the shit that he was worrying about, the competition, the relationship with my kids, the judging me and all of and trying to get control, all of that's ego shit. And you're not gonna be able to keep no grown woman operating out of your fucking ego. What you will be able to keep is a fuck buddy. Cause the bitches, all they give fuck about is motherfucking dick. And you gotta pay like a bill or two. You gotta do something. But if you fucking them and you paying them like a bill or two, you can run them.
And then
but
another thing that I be wondering is like, people be like, yeah, I'm a lead. Where are you leading me to? You don't have no car, you don't have no house. Where are you leading us to?
That's the example that I was making.
Where are we going?
You just came home. You do not take the lead role just because you're a man. The last time you had the lead role landed you in fucking jail. How about we build a new rapport with each other and we allow our kids to feel safe so that they understand you beat your institutionalism. You beat that. And so I could go to dad for whatever because now he's good. And I could go to mom for what I need to go to mom for. And I go to dad when he go to. Then you have to work on it. You gotta be. You can't come home and be like, oh yeah, I'm home now, and this is how this gonna go, and this is how that's gonna go. Because even in your absence, this was working. The shit that I was doing is what got us here. I am not against compromising and working with you. I'm not against that. But you need to understand, even as the man of the house, that I don't need governing. Yes, we're going to talk and we're going to have conversations. I'm not trying to govern you. You're a whole grown ass motherfucking man, a father at that. I'm not trying to tell you how to be a man and tell you what to do and tell you how to. I'm not trying to do that. You don't need fucking governing. What you need is support so that you can understand. Listen, this is what's going on in here. Fall back, align yourself, mind, heart, spirit, body. Align yourself. Because everything is okay. And when you align and get your shit right, all the shit gonna fall into place. But you want to come in like you fucking Debo. And you mad because I got the report that I have on my. These the fruits of our noise, niggas. You crazy? How you even feel the way about that?
And that's another thing. When I was talking about that new person, he's not used to that. He didn't have that with y'all. So that's new for him. These are new things, new changings, new you, new motherhood, new bonds with you and your kids. These are new things. When things become too much, we on defense mode. Everything. How you doing? Say, what you mean how I'm doing today?
Yeah. Yeah.
You hungry? Why you ask me if I'm hungry?
Yeah.
Because I was about to cook.
Yeah.
Because everything is making me like, but it shouldn't be like that.
I think that's what kind of fucked me up, because
and it was I'm so like weird when Mary explained it to me. I was like, but I'm not giving that off.
Right.
Sometimes you have to take yourself out of the equation. It's not about you. It's about him. What he's thinking to himself.
And so when he took his shit and left, that was me taking myself out of the equation. Because you took your shit and left. I don't really know why he did it, but I can assume. Because I never got closure. I never got a conversation. I never got none of that. So I had to come up with my own assumptions and conclusions. And I feel like he did that because he was really still trying to break me. And in his head, he's like, you know, that bitch waited for me for motherfucking 13 years. She ain't gonna let me go nowhere. I'll do what the fuck I want to do. This is what I'm thinking that he's thinking. So when he left, that was me removing myself out of the situation. It's nothing else to talk about.
I feel like
There's nothing else to
you
talk
did. I mean, you did what you can do. You did what you knew how. But I still feel like, not defending him, but I still felt like instead of being a man and trying to figure out what he can do with the new situations brought at hand
about.
to him, because yes, y'all was together for a long time, but once again, it's still a new environment.
Mm-hmm.
There's still new parenting skills. There's still new you. There's still new car. It's still new bills. It's still things that's new to him.
Mm-hmm.
So every new thing he doing is, instead of trying to put the hand down and figure it out. Instead of trying to put the hand down and ask
And I agree with you.
Instead of trying to communicate with you.
I agree with you. I'm not even disputing that.
Just put him on defense mode. That's why the arguing and the anger.
But now this is what. Now I agree with what you're saying. I just never understood the defense mode when I compare to jail. I was trying to say a nice way to say it, but fuck that. Jail. When you go in that, it's a whole different culture. Even though it's still black people, it's a whole different fucking culture. Nigga, you supposed to be on defense with niggas you don't even fucking know. Not a bitch you got history with that has shown you, not proven, because I don't feel like I have to prove myself to anybody because I'm sincere. I feel like when you go proving, it's because you're trying to make somebody believe something. No, I'm sincere. We have history, and I've shown you I'm fucking with you. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. We're going to be good. So I never understood how you can be on even if it's too much for you. Then nigga say that. The whole that's the
like,
shit that.
But it's like, yeah, I know this person had my back. I know this person held me down. But then I come home and I'm like this.
It's not a jail cell. What the fuck? What the fuck you looking for?
But it's still like,
okay, so now you with some.
know. I don't know this person. I don't know this.
And guess what? And guess what? When you meet another bitch on the street, you ain't gonna know that bitch neither. When you meet other niggas, co-workers and shit like that, you ain't gonna know them either. But it is about building a rapport with your surroundings. You know, you work with this nigga every fucking day. Sooner or later, you gonna be like, "What up? Good morning," type shit. Mm-hmm. Same with a bitch. You gotta get to know that bitch before you start making moves to try to be with her in any type of way, let alone move in. So why the fuck am I the exception?
But you're I get what you're saying. But it's just taking ourselves out of the equation. Because that's why he was so angry. That's why he was so upset.
Well,
he was fighting things in himself.
Right.
He was fighting things within himself.
Right. And I'm gonna do a whole 360 and I'm about to end the conversation with that. That is why I came to the conclusion that I'm still having a hard time taking accountability, because when I look at him and his action, all of that shit, I still look at him and say, nigga, you was wilding.
Well, when they say think of what you did wrong, out of the situation, I'm just looking in as your friend. The only thing that I would tell you, what I would say to take accountability of, is that he was going through some things with himself. But that still wouldn't be you taking accountability. It would just be you acknowledging.
Right. When I acknowledged it, I acknowledged it when he packed his shit and he fucking left. Because the boys went away for the weekend. Todd took his little brother to the girlfriend house, and they was going to stay in New York for the weekend. And I'm like, okay, this is great because we're going to have an opportunity to like really do us and boy and do us. And the whole fucking 2 days the boys was going, we fucking argued. And the second day, the ending of the second day is like when he left. So during the whole time that we're arguing and shit, this is now when it's hitting me. We've had plenty of arguments every fucking day. Every day. Every fucking day. At that time, I kept saying to myself, Okay, he readjusting. He getting his mind right. So I was trying not to take it personal. But when the boys went away and we argue, I'm like, you know what? This shit ain't even got nothing to do with me. It's just in fucking possible at this point. Because I done did every fucking thing I was supposed to do. I've done fucking played the role of your wife, nigga. We not even motherfucking married. Like, I feel like at this point, I done overplayed my position. Because if the shoe had been on any other foot, nigga, you a black man with a dick, nigga, you wouldn't have waited 13 days for my motherfucking ass to return back to society. So this is when it's like really hitting me. When they going for 2 days and we arguing for 2 days. Why we up in here arguing? We got a whole little spot right now. Let's chill. Let's do what's no. We argued the whole, and then at the end of the 2 days, he made a couple of phone calls or whatever, and he caught a motherfucking flight. And I said to myself, all of that shit was fucking playing, because you and I are travelers. And do you know how much it costs to get a fucking last minute ticket?
And so you already had your destination,
nigga. Okay,
he didn't just stroll and say.
So you feel me?
The cheapest place.
Oh, okay.
You had a destination.
Okay. So you feel me?
So this is my thing. You ain't have to do all this arguing with me so to have a reason to leave. To be honest,
Salida, I told that nigga to, okay.
You didn't even
when we was in here arguing back and forth, these was the exact words on my mouth. Ever since you motherfucking came home, you've been at war with me every fucking day. Let me tell you something. When you was in there doing time, I was out here doing a whole nother different fucking time, but we still doing time together. I don't know what the fuck you was doing in there, but God was working on me out here, baby. Okay? And it ain't a motherfucking jewel you could take out my crown. So you need to stop trying. Stop. You can't. You don't have the fucking power. You keep trying to come at me with all of this motherfucking shit that I'm not, or something of this, or something that all. It's irrelevant. If you don't want to be here, nigga, just say that. Stop trying to make it seem like it's me. It's not. It's you. You trying to tarnish my image. You run around telling your family all these motherfucking lies because he's trying to justify him leaving. That's how I know it was playing too. Because how the fuck your family members are co-signing this bullshit that you're doing? Each and every last one of the motherfuckers knew that I was waiting for him. I don't give a fuck what they thought I was doing, what they felt I was. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You knew that I was waiting for that nigga to motherfucking touch down. So now that he's on his bullshit, like, fuck that, I'm out of here. How the fuck you co-signing that? Out of all y'all motherfuckers, nobody sat him down and said, yo, you want to chill? You sure you want to think about that for me? Nobody said that? Everybody like, fuck it, then leave. Fuck. Really? And y'all putting in money, whatever, to help this nigga get the where the fuck. Oh, so he say whatever.
But the story probably went. She this new person. I just don't know. I don't even think. I don't even think. But this is my thing, and this is a problem that we have, and it's called communicating. It's hard to get somebody to communicate. Why? I don't know. And then when we communicate or say how we feel, we try to be the man, or we try to be masculine, or we try to be controlling. Somebody told me I don't know how to act like a bitch. And I said, what does that consist of?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was with someone 13 years. I've always worked 2 jobs. I've always paid bills. I've always took care of the kids. I've always took the trash out. So it's like, show me different.
Well, I came to this conclusion. After a while, because it was different stages of the breakup you go through, I stopped blaming the family for co-signing his shit, and I put all that shit back on him. Because at the end of the fucking day, none of the motherfuckers owe me any type of loyalty. You do. No, you don't owe me a relationship. You don't owe me yourself. It's not sacrificial. It's the fucking communication of being real. You run around talking about how you a real this and a real, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real, but you're not. Because you could have just been honest and said, yo, T, I'm really not ready. I need a minute.
Or if you're not even need a minute, say, I just need to sleep here for a little bit, but this is not where I want to be.
Something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Something. I don't know. But communicate.
But when your mind is all over the place.
Still, that's not my fucking problem because you're calling.
You offer self.
Yes.
You for self.
You're very selfish. That's, you know, as I continue in my healing process, I see, you know, all these other things is coming up. Who the fuck, as a woman, who the fuck want to be with a selfish ass man?
But you can tell when someone's selfish. Look how they do their kids.
Like how he doing his right now.
There is no way a man is going to not be there for their kids, and they're able to.
This is why I was telling my other sister, I said, he is a fucking manipulator. That's a part of that narcissistic shit. Now, I am not a physician. I'm not a fucking psychiatrist or psychologist. But according to what I have read, it's a whole bunch of shit he got going on.
I feel like as much as I've been through, I should have a degree in the shit.
Yeah. And you know what? We fucking do. And this is why it's a fucking discussion right now, because we're not the only ones that go through it, but we also able to understand the dynamics of the shit, and we can call out some shit when we see it. You could call a fucking spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? You're a manipulator, but not just with me, even with your motherfucking kids, because you cannot sit here and tell my motherfucking baby that you love him and you're not doing a motherfucking thing about it. You're manipulative. Okay?
And love is actually an action word.
It is fucking, my nigga. I don't know if this is a Virgo thing right now.
It's really an action word.
Because I said the same fucking thing. And that was something that he, you know, threw up in my face in the argument. Everybody talking about 13 years. Everybody talking about fucking 13 years. Yes, because we still preserved a large portion of our life for you. I could see if, no, I can't see it. But the reality is, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't even feel no different. But our fucking kids too. When you left, Boogie was in my stomach, and Ty motherfucking knew you, and Ty loved you. Okay?
It's
so
just, I
now that you
love.
fucking returned, nigga, who the fuck is this motherfucking nigga up in here? This ain't the fucking nigga that motherfucking left.
This
and even though when people change,
story reminds me of the flip version of Remy and Papoose. Even
when niggas change,
that's what that shit reminds me of.
I feel like there's a commonality, because I never brought no niggas around my motherfucking kids. I always knew I'm going to carry myself like a fucking lady, because that's what I am. I don't care how much I cuss and I might got a potty mouth, but I'm a fucking lady. I know how the fuck to do what I do. There's no niggas coming around my fucking kids.
But did you get what I'm saying, though? Remy came home and respected Papoose more. You know, Remy has 5 kids. You know how many was Papoose?
One.
No, they just had her when she got home.
Yeah, that one.
She went to jail and had those kids.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
He took care of her kids.
Well,
school, doctor's appointments, everything.
But, and you know what? Now, I didn't know that. But one thing I can say is, not only do he hold her in high regard, but he speaks highly of her in a way to say this. I remember the interview, him saying she's a great mom. She be on her kids, on our kids about school, so they understand the line between socializing and getting what they want and having to work for what they want. All of their grades is good. I talked to my wife a lot, so she's very smart.
She did homework with them in jail.
Okay.
Phone calls.
Okay.
He got a whole little channel when he talked about how hard it was. He said he would cry himself to sleep.
Like I did plenty of fucking nights. And you know, it's things like that that I had to recover from feeling fucking bit. Because I remember.
Said, you know what he said? He said she was in there doing time and I was out here mentally doing time.
That's the same shit I told this motherfucker. And you know, when people play this video back, they'll see that was an example. I said, you was in there doing time, nigga, but I was out here doing the time. So we still was doing time together. It was just 2 different atmospheres. Because not only did I work in that type of environment that you was in, but I had to establish some grounding, a foundation for us. So what the fuck? You, after doing all this fucking time, you want to come home to what? A bum bitch that ain't got shit. Your kids ain't nothing. They fucked up, failing in school. Like I don't understand. That's your preference.
The love that Remy had for Papoose.
The love that I had for him when he came. Let me tell you something. When that motherfucker came off the plane, I fucking broke down and cried when I hugged him. All right. And people think it's typical, but in my mind, I thought you did it, nigga. Because it wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy. I know it played on your fucking psyche. But you home now. And I got you. You home now. I have so much respect for you because your body's still the same. You ain't got no cuts and nothing. Your body's still
There's
the
people
same.
coming out of there with no leg,
I'm telling you.
I know.
So
you know.
your
If you
body's
know,
still the
you know.
same. At the time, you in your right mind. You recognize everybody here. You showing love to everybody here. You did it. I was so fucking proud because I was like, I thought to myself, that nigga refused to give in. He was like, fuck out of here. I'm that nigga.
Kill themselves in jail.
So yeah, because that just happened recently, but I can't talk about that. So, but I was very proud and I had a lot of respect for him. And this amped me more to say, like, to me, it was a couple promotion.
Sorry, y'all.
I guess. And I know I get loud, y'all, but you know, I'm get passionate about the shit I'm saying. But to me, it was couple shit. It was couple promotion. I'm like, my man home, he in good, he in one piece, his mind right, body right, he good. And I'm gonna make sure he good the rest of the way until he can be good on his own. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't with it. And I can't even be mad because he wasn't with it. In the beginning, I was hurt. Now, in retrospect, I'm not mad that you was with it. I'm mad because you wasn't honest, and I'm mad because you treated me fucked up. That nigga treated me fucked up. And I think that's the shit that fucking traumatized me.
Well, I feel like you should just take accountability in that it wasn't anything that you did. It wasn't nothing that you could have did. It was just all him just thinking of a way out. He wasn't just gonna leave. So every day it's like, maybe if I argue her, she'll kick me out. Or maybe if I said it was just some way to get out. Mm-hmm. Somebody told me that they left their phone unlocked and told the girl to call at 6 so I could see it.
Wow.
But it's a door. You can just walk.
But right, they say that women are emotional, but I'm also a person of logic. Maybe it's because we Virgos. Like to me, you gotta make it make sense. If it don't make sense, I'll be fucking bugging. And then I gotta dismiss it. Because I can't keep wrecking my brain trying to make sense out of something that don't make no fucking sense.
I be trying to figure out. Your ass had me thinking why 1 + 1 is 7, and I know the shit too, but you told me it's 7, so I'm trying to figure out why the
that's my 7. Point.
So I'm sitting here thinking
that's my point.
If I got half 4 times,
that's my fucking 2. Point.
But that's 7 because it's a whole door that you can walk out.
A whole fucking door.
And if you know me, you know I'm strong and I'll be fine. But it's 2 of them. It's 1 in the front and 1 in the back. And I'm just trying
what the fuck?
And you know I work. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought I was gonna come home from work and one day you was just gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. But then I come home and I pull up and I still see you here. And I can tell you unhappy because of the things that you're saying and the things that you're doing and the things that you're not doing.
Right.
So I can understand that you're not happy here.
Right.
When you roll over, it's time for us to go to sleep, and you turn over like you don't want to be touched.
And he walked out that motherfucking door. He went and got on a motherfucking flight, girl, and he went to Vegas, and then he went to Cali, went to all these other places. And my whole point was that's when I removed myself.
But you could have did that in peace.
That's all I'm saying.
You could have been like,
I'm leaving. That's all I'm saying. I just
want to get my son every other weekend.
That's all I'm saying. And you doing none of that, and don't try to do none of that. It's all talk.
And when I get some money, I'm gonna make sure
he does none of that. Don't try to do none of that. And all I'm saying now is that I agree with you. You could have left in peace, but this is why days later or weeks later, when it hit, I don't know. Maybe he get a moment of clarity or something. I don't know. But when it hit him, now is when I want to talk to your mother. Or when I spoke to him, after he was in Cali at this time. No. He had came back over here at this time. He was at a family member house, and he was like, you know what? Enough is enough, and I want to come home. And I was like, you ain't going home here. Because now I done already removed myself. Because I'm not.
Now you want to play a game.
Because I'm not going to allow you to Lauren. I'm not gonna allow no motherfucking man to Lauren Hill me. And I keep making that reference because I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just saying that Lauren Hill was so in love with the father of her children, like most of us. But she's pouring. And I just question how much he poured into her, because when he left her ass and cheated with the cousin and had a baby, some crazy shit he did. He cheated with the cousin, had a baby with the cousin, some crazy shit he did. But when he left her, she was so fucking broken. She made me realize that that's a real thing in relationship. A man could really fucking break you. To break you so motherfucking bad that you can't quite pull it back. You could gather a couple of pieces here and there, but you never get it quite back together. And so I use her as an example. When I start finding out, I be like, yo, don't let this nigga Lauren fucking heal you. You still got boys. I don't give a fuck that my son is a grown man. He about to fucking make me a grandmother. Like, I'm excited about that, but I still feel like and know that I'm a priority. I'm a foundation in this motherfucker. So I cannot let a motherfucker break me to the point that I can't pull it together for my sons when they need me, or not my grandchild when they fucking need me.
And that's why I'm so glad I wrote this book, because it was a healing process for me too.
Yeah.
Because going through so much, I literally had nothing to give to my kids. I had nothing to give to nobody.
What you say, girl?
Like, I was going through so much and nobody knew it. It was to the point where I was like, God, I need you now before I lose it all. I wasn't going to work. I'm sitting at the casino crying, spending money.
That's how I came up with this channel, and that's how I came up with that group on Facebook.
I was at the casino. I said, God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you.
Right.
I started going to Bible studies.
Right.
Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I was at Bible studies. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday.
You about to wrap this up, y'all.
Because it was to the point where I had nothing left. I was crying. I wasn't working. Lights was off. We using candles.
I remember my girlfriend trying to pull me up out of some shit. I don't mean to cut you up, but I remember her saying, bitch, your job is what got you where you at. Don't fuck that bag up. Like, I needed help. I needed fucking help. And so first I started a group on Facebook. And then it transitioned into a channel. And yes, I'm trying to build my channel because I want Black women. That's all I know. Black culture, Black women, you know. If other women can get something out of this, then it's absolutely great. And I'm glad that I'm able to help everybody. But it was mainly geared towards Black women because I know in our culture, we deal with a lot of this shit. I don't know how other cultures deal because I don't have the interactions personally with them to know. But I know how Black women deal with this shit. And I found for me, what helped me with healing is not just going to God, but I needed to speak it out. Mm-hmm. Because holding that shit in, it seemed like it was killing me 2 times. Mm-hmm. You know, you're trying to be strong. You're like,
but sometimes we will say things and vent to people, and they don't have your best interest.
They don't.
So to me, sometimes somebody could tell you something, you'd be like, okay, that's bullshit. But my mind wasn't clear enough to detect the bullshit and the real shit. So I had to find some medium where I could just cry and just get it all out. But once my mind changed, everything just went together.
See, I did all of that and then some.
Went together.
I purged. I had my crying sessions, but when the rage came, because there was a rage. When the rage came, I had to get that shit out, and that's how I started my fucking Facebook group. And I was just like, yo, check this shit out. I didn't even give up. I'm talking to the masses. It's not even one fucking person because I'm talking to you every day or my other girlfriend. I'm not going to say their names, but I'm talking to them every day and it sounds repetitious. And I'm quite sure they never mention anything, but I'm quite sure they're probably like, again with this shit. So I created a motherfucking channel. So I was like, you know, whatever I got to get, I'm going to get that motherfucking shit out because I got to get it out. Hold it in this fucking. So I'm crying. It's a couple of, you know, not pages. It's a couple of stories on this channel. If you go further back, y'all, you know, where I'm crying and, you know, going through the process of healing and hurting and trying to put myself back together. But I had to get some of that shit out. That fucking rage, girl. That shit almost made me fucking bitter. You hear me? I'm like 13 years waiting on your ass, nigga. I could have been a married woman. I could have, because I know my value, you know, as a partner, as a woman, as a sister friend. I know who I am and I know my value. So I could have been putting my resources somewhere else. And if you was honest, if he was honest from the gate, I still would have did what I could to help you, because you not at the time you wasn't no fucked up nigga. We had kids together. So I'm gonna help you, as much as I can. But I wouldn't have had the expectation of we're gonna have our family and we'll be good. I wouldn't have had that. I could have been married to fucking somebody else. I could have extended my motherfucking family. I felt like he took something from me. You know what I'm saying? And that shit almost left me fucking bitter. So in order for me not to be a bitter bitch, because there's nothing worse than that. Because his first baby mama, that bitch is big tar with the hard R.
And then that's how I was for a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I was one of those, like, you can't see your kids if we're not together. I was one of those, because I was hurt.
Yeah.
Like, how could you go be with somebody else and give them what I want?
Right.
But then my daughter was crying one day and she was like, I miss my dad so much. So then that's when seeing her hurt me. So that's when I realized I'm hurting my daughter trying to hurt him, because I knew he wanted to see the girls. I knew he wanted to be around the girls. So I said,
this some real shit.
I can't do that no more, because me being bitter is hurting my baby. And I can't do that no more.
Wow, that's crazy, because now my bitterness didn't even involve, because I still was trying to find a way for us to co-parent. My bitterness was directly affected with him.
See, my thing was trying to hurt him the most. And hurting him the most will be him not seeing the kids.
Wow. And you know what? And I know that happens.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even my thought process. My fucking thought process, because I remember Boogie being 6 years old in our apartment in Brooklyn, New York, and he broke down and fucking cried. It's just, you have these moments with your kids that are very intimate and very vulnerable, and I remember him breaking down and crying because he wanted his dad. I think at this point he was tired of hearing the stories and looking at pictures and going to see him for this time on a visit. He wanted the father, and I think about that now, which is why I was saying, well, let's co-parent, because if we have the best interest of the youngest, if that's our focus, if we could just get through that, then our shit will just be our shit. But let's try to get through that, because I seen how my son was hurt, but it didn't make me want to not, have him around. It just made me say, listen, I done fucking grew out without my dad. You done really, nigga, you too. You done grew up without your motherfucking dad. So at least pull yourself together enough to take the youngest under the wing and have a relationship with him. No.
But that changes everything. Once we took our feelings out completely and we only talk about the girls, I see the change in my kids. I see the change in their behavior. I see the change in how they carry themselves. I see the change in how they talk, how they walk. It's a whole different demeanor when he was around. So now it's like, I gotta make our co-parenting work for them.
Well, I don't know what he's thinking.
But
I know
it takes
that
two.
Right. That's all.
It's still a co-parenting relationship.
Right.
It's still parenting relationship. Any relationship, you have
take
to
more than one person.
Take more than one person. It's not going to work with one person wanting to co-parent.
And I agree.
Because that means that if it don't take two, you still feeling some kind of way. And we can't co-parent like that.
And I'm going to tell you what else that I be thinking. I'll be thinking, there's no way you could love that boy. It's just me. It's no way you can love your son and not make provisions in your life to spend time with him.
I wouldn't say
it's a bird.
I wouldn't say he don't love him.
I do.
I would say he don't love himself right now.
Okay, that too.
You cannot right now at this moment love anybody if you do not right.
If you don't love yourself, I could agree with that.
How can I show you love and say I don't love myself?
I could agree with that. Which is why
he don't love himself right now.
And I believe that. I believe that, and I'm gonna go so far as to agree with you on that. I don't have no rebuttal for that. Only thing I say is this: you don't love yourself, so you can't love our motherfucking son. Which means I was right from the fucking get go. This is just me. This is just me.
Because what if that is his love saying it in his head? I love my son. What if that's what he thinks to himself? Love is to him.
Then you're selfish because it's not about
he right. Very much so.
He is selfish, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not disputing that, but it just goes to prove my point. Because when you start having children, the selfishness goes away. You cannot be selfish when you have children. It doesn't matter. Kids will always take your time over money. All fucking ways. So if you're saying to yourself, well, this is how I love him because I'm gonna fucking be away from him, you're not considering the effect it may have on him in any type of way. You're not considering how he may feel. You're not considering saying, you know what? I'm gonna try something.
Do you see kids when they be with their mother and her hair be all good and she look all good and the son look all raggedy and the kids look raggedy? Mm-hmm. Selfish. There's parents out there that's just selfish. I be seeing kids and I be looking like, so you got your hair done and you couldn't even put her hair in 2 ponytails? So you got clean shoes on and you couldn't even go to Walmart and get some frozen slides?
Well, so if selfishness is the way that he loved, that is not love, and that is part of the reason why he lost his family.
That's the reason why he did.
So,
but then I look back and I think about, this is another thing I was struggling with too. My mom wasn't the lovey type of person. Mm-hmm. She didn't sit us down and say, I love you, or give us a hugs or kiss. We didn't get none of that. My mom worked from 7 to 3, and then my mom worked from 4 to 11. Mm-hmm. So we didn't have that kind of love. So to me, I was like, that had me question what love was. Because I would see other people get dropped off and they would kiss their mom and they would hug their mom and they would say, bye, have a good day. I didn't get that. So I was questioning myself for years. What is love? How do you show love? How do you mean what you say when you tell somebody you love them? That's when I found out that's an action. That's why when somebody say they love you, they rubbing your back. They holding your hand. Right. They're doing something with that. So when my mom would be on the phone to say she loved me, but then I wouldn't see her all day, or she never came to my games, or she never did none of that. But she would call me to be like, hey, I gotta work, I ain't gonna make it to your game, but I love you. So that made me question what love really was.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it a little deeper, and I know I gotta get ready and fucking go because I know we've been on this shit for a long time, but I'm gonna take it a little deeper. And this is how I used to, when we tried to co-parent, it wasn't fucking long because he gave me the speech about he can't co-parent if he's not home, but
control.
I tried to send him information because, again, this is my logic. Virgos, we're thinkers. You know, we think a lot about shit. And my thing was this, okay, maybe you wasn't shown love, which is why you have envy towards the relationship I have with our sons. You know, your father also was incarcerated his father was incarcerated for a very long time. His mom was a young mom, right? I and you cannot continue to blame her for what you lacked in your childhood because she was a young mom. But she did. Y'all wasn't in y'all was in the system in jail, but you wasn't adopted. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she said, fuck it, I can't do it. She did the best she could at the age and at the time that she could.
And that she knew what to do.
13 years, nigga. When the fuck do you sit down and make peace with this shit?
My peace was saying, I want better. How can I?
That was me. And I was under the impression that he was the same. Because this is what he was saying. You know, I never hid my intent. I'm like, listen, we breaking generational curses around here. We didn't grow up with our fathers in the house. I think it's only fair that our kids have their father around. But let me intercept and go left. If you felt like you didn't want to be here and you didn't want to be with me, that's fine. we can still work that out as co-parenting, so at least you can still be around, so they can have that type of presence. You know what type of male presence they had, and I'm not knocking it. They had my uncle, which he has a whole bunch of titles in my life because he helped my mom raise me, because my mom was a single parent, so she would work a lot, and he was the baby out of all of the kids. So he would pick me up from school, do homework with me after school, cheer practice, or whatever the fuck I was into. He was doing a lot with me. When I got pregnant with my first son, he was the same fucking way. When I got pregnant with Boogie, he was the same fucking way. Like he basically raised like 3 generations. He didn't have any children of his own. But he always used to say to me, we family. I'm not going to leave you out there fucked up. Like, that's not what family do. So I always communicated with him, well, I want to do this, and I'm trying to get this job, and he was like, all right, so that's just what it is. They got to come and stay here. Like, and so, nigga, it's just like no excuse to me. Because you doing all of this time, what the fuck was you doing in here? Because my uncle out here helping me raise your fucking kids. I'm incarcerated because not only that's my working environment, but because I'm concerned about you being in there, and I'm trying to keep us afloat here. It wasn't easy. I got bills to pay. I gotta pay kids. You know these motherfucking kids grow so fast. Then you need shit too on top of that. So I'm like, damn, I'm robbing fucking Peter to pay Paul, but a bitch getting it done. You feel me?
Yes.
A bitch getting it done.
You do.
Okay?
You do.
So,
but it's just
how the fuck you, and even now that we can't be, we not together, whatever the fucking case may be, how you just totally absent. So that's the type of person you are, that's the type of parent you are, whatever the fucking case may be. But what you smell?
I smell something.
Let me fucking check this.
No, it smells good. It smells like some. Oh, it's the bathroom door open. It smells good.
Oh, yeah. Because I keep it thinking, oh, okay. No. Because I'm like, I hope ain't nothing fucking burning in there. But, I'm like, and now I'm so grateful to God that where I'm at in my healing, because I can't say nothing that he does affects me. I can't say that, because the fact that he's not a active parent at all still affects me a certain type of way. But I'm getting better every day. I'm getting better every day. It's nothing he could do to me right now that would affect me. It's just, how he with the boys that.
Well, it affects me because, like I told you, which is in the book, Ava dad, like he does absolutely nothing for her. And it bothers me because the oldest two went with their dad, Joseph went with his dad, and she was just like looking at me, and I'm just
that's what I'm saying. The only way he could affect me is through. Mm-hmm. But me personally, like me and him one-on-one, is nothing he could do to me.
Right, but you know how if anything, we mama bear. If anything bother our cubs, it's bothering us. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what she's 6. I don't know what she's going through. She may not be able to tell me how she feel at that moment. Yes, she could say I'm sad, or yes, I was like, Ava, you sad? And I was like, let's go to the park. Let's go get something to eat. So I was like, we're going to spend some time together.
Excuse me.
But just because I can only do one part, I can only be mom. I can't say like I'm gonna do mom and dad part. I can do the best mom that I could be. I believe that women can raise men. I believe that we can do what we can do. Yeah, that's all we can do is what we can do.
But some men don't even raise men. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Just because you're a dick, you got a dick don't mean you can raise a boy.
Yeah, but I just felt that's true. But I just felt so bad because she understands they're with their dad. Mm-hmm. She understands Joseph with their dad. Mm-hmm. She like they dad drove 8 hours to come see them. Mm-hmm. While my dad can't drive it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it bothers me that she's hurt. But eventually she's going to get old enough to understand.
Right.
So when she get to that age to understand, and then you try to come around.
Mm-hmm. I think Boogie, gets it now, but
he's old enough to
I'll ask him, and I could be wrong, but I think he's not 100% honest with me because I think that he don't want to affect, affect me.
Because if he tell you how he really feel, you gonna call and spaz.
Probably. But what I do is I tell Uncle, I tell Ty, when you do talk to him, Asking that so I can kind of see, trying to see because it does have a psychological effect on on your kids and shit.
Because it got them, it even have them questioning themselves. Why dad don't?
Yeah.
Why dad don't see me?
And that
like,
shit.
Mom, dad phone is. My daughter was like, Mom, I called dad and it was just ringing. She's 6. She was like, it just went to voicemail. You blocked my baby off her tablet because she got a tablet where they can do them. You only got to talk to me. You blocked my baby. I called. I said, I know we ain't talked, but you blocked my baby. I just feel like it's just too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much for you.
Really?
She 4 at this time. It's too much for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's too much? You don't do nothing. You a virtual dad. Cause she uses her laptop.
Mm-hmm.
What? She's on a tablet. What? What's too much for you, virtual dad? You don't pay no bills. What's too much? You don't really communicate with her once a week. You a virtual dad. What's too much for you? You have a car, you come see her. I said I would drive to Virginia. You drive 4 hours, I drive 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a hotel, you keep her for the weekend, and then I get my own hotel and you all do your thing, we'll meet back Monday.
Mm-hmm.
What's too much for you? I said, thank you for telling me.
Mm-hmm.
So since it's too much, you just go your way and I'll go my way.
Mm-hmm.
He don't call, he don't text.
He
don't do nothing.
I'm thankful for my Uncle Danny. If you ever see this, just know that we love you so very much and we appreciate everything that you have done for us. And I know we don't have to tell you thank you because we family, but I just feel like it's appropriate and it's just the least I can do. I wish I can do more. And if I can do more, I do more because that's just how much I love you and appreciate you.
And Boogie gonna appreciate him.
No, yeah.
And love him. And your son Ty's gonna appreciate him and love him. Excuse me, and they're gonna remember. And it's like kids know way more than
you give them credit for. You could think you hiding some shit, or you could think you're covering some shit up.
I used to take gifts and wrap it up like it's from Ava Dad when she was like 2, 3, or 4. She was like, Mom, you bought this. I seen this in your closet.
Tony.
I was like, your dad shipped it. She was like, no, Mom, I seen you order from Amazon. I wasn't asleep. I'm still trying to do things thinking like he's doing it for her. She's 6. And she was like, Mom, it's okay. My dad don't call me.
And so all of these experiences is what mold us into the women that we are. And so when I'm going into the dating scene, I am very cautious. I have to read your energy. And after I read your energy, even if I feel like I'm cool with you for the minute, or even if I feel like your energy is cool, then it transitions to the conversation. Because motherfuckers will tell you who they are when you pay attention and fucking listen. And if you a raggedy ass motherfucking father, you understand what I'm saying? You not in your fucking kids. Listen.
Or they be like, my mom's a bitch.
That type of shit, yeah.
If you don't respect your mother, how you gonna
respect me? And then also, you're not doing nothing. But now my kids I ain't looking for no daddy for my motherfucking kids. But it just shows characteristical traits of the person you are. If you're not in your kids, like nigga, get the fuck. You ain't gonna be playing no games with me.
You know what I do that's kind of petty? Like, say if I'm talking to somebody and we talk all the time, I'd ignore you for like a day or 2 to see how you act.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people would be like, why you not answering me? You got a man? Or some people be like, are you okay? Do you need anything?
Mm-hmm.
Or some people be like, fuck you, B.
What's going on? I haven't heard from you. Is everything all right? Yeah.
Like if you got other niggas and I'm just one of them, just say like how they answer. What's their response?
That be that fucking ego.
What be their response? Is how I respond. Mm-hmm. If you ask me, am I okay? I haven't heard from you. Mm-hmm. I'm sending you a message back. But if you like, oh, you must got a nigga at home. No, that's you thinking negative. So that just let me know that if something was to happen, you thinking negative on top.
Well, you know what I must do. Energy. So ain't no need for me to talk to your ass. If I got living dick, I ain't talking to your ass. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need that energy. But yes, yeah. I do. I won't answer your call or I ignore you. Or even if I ignore you, they'd be like, everything okay? I try to call you and straight to voicemail.
Yeah.
How you answer to me is how I respond.
Yeah.
That's just let me know how you gonna act when you upset.
These
you upset.
Men that's looking for a certain type of woman, I need you guys to like fully understand that the criteria that you have or the outline that you have of the woman that you want to meet, it's very possible for you to have that woman, but you will not be able to maintain her or keep her if you're not that kind of man.
So you can't say like, oh, I want a girl that's working. And you don't even have a job or even trying to get one.
Or I need you to help me make this make sense. You cannot not be a protector, not be a provider, have the woman doing every fucking thing, cooking and cleaning and paying all the fucking bills, and you sitting home playing video games all day, or you out with your boys all day, you doing all this type of shit, but you still want to have the title of being king, or you still want to have the title of being man of the house. I know every woman is fucking different. Every woman is fucking different. Let me repeat myself again. But I need for y'all to understand that it ain't no woman that is going to be with a man like that. That is not.
And that's the problem I was doing. I was making somebody think that they was the man and they really wasn't. So we was continuing.
They want submission
over and over and over, and really you're like a nanny. Because I say you're a nanny because nannies get paid because I will give you allowance.
Wow.
Or clean the house.
Right.
So I felt like you really wasn't my man. I was just sleeping with the nanny.
Right.
That's what I felt like I was doing.
Right.
Because you were cooking, you were cleaning.
And this needs to fucking be out there. This needs to be a fucking message, because I really can't say it's just the younger generation when it comes to that, because in the environment that I work in, I've heard older men say that, and I'm talking about whether they was on one side of the gate or on my side of the gate, okay? Because I spoke to someone not too long ago. We graduated together. Hey, how you doing? You know, on Facebook and shit. Oh, hey, Cheryl, hey, how you doing or whatever? You know, what's going on? Did you have more kids? Because he had kids late. So I'm like, what's going on with you? How you doing? Do you have more kids? Did you get met? Like, what's going on with you, boy? And, you know, his first thing was, I only have one kid, but I'm no longer married. And I said, oh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, like, wow, that, you know, are you okay? This motherfucker said, we're still legally married, but I don't consider her my wife because she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do it. And I had to say to myself, mind your motherfucking business. Okay? So I was like, oh, wow, you know, that's unfortunate, you know, but it was good to hear from you. We friends now on Facebook, you know, hit me up anytime or whatever. But I'm just like, yo, these is men that I don't understand their fucking thought process.
But now
a lot
you
of
really
men,
have to set
even
the tone
established men.
But now you really you have to set the tone from the beginning. We have to have these conversations. And you said that shit, and the shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet somebody, what's your expectation of a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
What's your expectation of a wife?
Mm-hmm.
What's your expectation of a husband? Because it may not be the same.
Okay, because I'm about to say the expectations that you have of a significant other. Are you willing, or do you have the capabilities of filling those same roles? Because I often say that, listen, what's good for you is good for me, my nigga. You want respect, you want to be loved, you want to be honored, understood, cherished. That's the shit I want for me. Don't fucking think that because I'm a woman and we're raised or prone to be a certain way because we're emotional, that I'm supposed to keep pouring this shit into you and I don't get nothing back because that's not our gender role. Like, no, motherfucker.
Or some men I think they don't cook at all. Now, I'm not saying we both working.
Right.
I'm cleaning.
Right.
I'm putting a load of clothes in. You can't boil the water for me for the spaghetti noodles while I'm doing the meal?
No, fuck that.
You can't do nothing.
Listen, this shit got to be, we got to be a team. Okay, you don't cook.
Clean at all.
Okay, you don't, it got to be something. It has to be.
I'm going to work and I'm coming home.
Some kind of, no, that's not going to work for me, because contrary to popular belief, I can be superwoman. I can. But when I have a partner there with me, I should not have to be. I should be able to take my cape off and we partner together. So if one is doing one thing, we do, because this is a business to a degree. We're running an operation so that it can run smoothly. So whatever the fuck I'm not able to do, you able to. It don't have to be set in stone that I always cook and you. It don't have to be that. But what it should be is, okay, well, what time we getting into that? All right, so look, I'm gonna do this and you can do that. It's supposed to be a teamwork effort, and I feel like a lot of our men, again, I'm speaking for our culture because that's all I know. A lot of our men are so caught up in their ego. They look for women to be submissive all the time, but they're not even setting up an environment for the women to be submissive. Because you and I both know in our experiences that submission is not a fucking title, it's not even a job. When you're loved properly by your man, that shit is second nature. Because that nigga doing every
you
fucking thing.
You don't know you doing it and you doing the shit. Because it's just going to be so smooth.
And when you pick up on it, you don't even give a fuck. Because you like, that nigga so good. What you need? What you want? I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So for them to say, I need a woman. I need a woman. But then what kind of partner are you to your mate? So she can...
This man that I work with, he said he has a cleaner lady for his wife that comes in 3 days a week and clean. And he paid for it so that way she don't have to worry about cooking and cleaning all the time. He said, yes, it's some days that, she don't come and my wife do need to clean. He was like, but I'd rather her just clean and just focus on the kids so that way when the kids are asleep, she could focus on me and focus on herself.
Right.
I like that.
Right. Somebody, there was, I don't want to shoot no titles out there, but I was talking to a gentleman the other day that said that.
I like that.
He is of African descent, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe. But he said, we, in my culture, we believe in homemakers. It's not about control. It's not about trying to give, because we know we want our children to be loved and nurtured and raised correctly. And we want you to be active in the school. Now, if you need us, we're going to be there. But we provide, because we also know that being a homemaker is a lot. But then when you take care of all of your business and I take care of all of mine on the outside, I come from work, all the bills is paid and everything, I still need access to you for us to be together. And that's how team works for me.
And he was like, I see my wife just be so tired from cooking. And then once she cooks, she got to clean again. She cleaned when she came home.
Right.
And because the kids messed up in the morning. Then she cleaned again. And then now, after she cooks, she got to do all the dishes. And
it's just like, when you talk to people like that or men like that, to me, that's willing to compromise. Because it doesn't have to be, y'all listening to us speaking. I just want y'all to understand that it is not set in stone. Different families are run their household differently, but I just feel like it is important for men who operate out of ego to understand that you're not going to be able to maintain your relationship with any woman, maybe with a girl, and at that point it's not a relationship, it's a situationship. But you cannot maintain a relationship with a woman and dump all the shit on her to fucking do and expect, because you have a penis, that you're supposed to be constantly catered to and that everything's supposed to go a way that you feel like it should go. That's not women. Not women, not mature, established women who understands not just their value, but the value they add to the household, the value they have as the partner. And
it's some men out there like that. I remember one time, I know we gotta go. I remember one time I had worked like 12 hours. I was pregnant with my son. I had came home, cooked, cleaned. And do this motherfucker gonna tell me I took some salmon out for you to cook? I said, I know, I put that in the refrigerator because I was tired. So I made some lasagna because all I had to do was put that together and put it in the oven. And while that's cooking in the oven, I cleaned up. He said, so you gonna make my salmon? I'm 8 months pregnant. I just worked 12 hours. I'm talking about I deep cleaned the whole house.
I don't give a fuck if you didn't.
Baseboards and everything. And you've been home all day.
But yes, I do know what I did, and even to this day, because there's a lady friend of mine. I don't want to say no names, but she have been in a relationship with someone, okay, and he lives with her, and they got into an argument because she was telling him, listen, you need to help pay some bills around here because he wasn't doing shit. He got all this jewelry, he fly, flashy, fly, you know what I'm saying? He got all this jewelry, he got all this shit going on, you know, but he's not helping to pay no bills. And when she brought it to his attention, the nigga said, bitch, you a gold digger. No, he said, you a fucking gold digger. I said, a gold digger?
Hey, Sarah, give him a definition of a gold digger because clearly he don't know what it is.
A gold, and it came to me, you're not the only man like that.
But in order for me to be a gold digger, you have to give me money.
Listen, I put that shit on one of my other lives. I said, for me to be a fucking gold digger, bitch, you gotta have gold. You ain't got shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you're spending 80-90% of your resources obtaining an image as a man, but you're not being a man, you're not carrying the responsibility of a man, bitch, that's a whole facade. So how you gonna call me a fucking gold digger when you ain't doing shit? You live here, you sleep here, you like.
It's just so.
It's unfortunate and it's sad.
It's just so sad. The definition of some of the people that I meet, like they really think they men and they doing something. And I don't like the way that men bash their baby mamas. Like,
yeah,
this bitch won't let me see my son. Why not? You ain't say that you were. And got into some shit with your son. That's and you almost
right. They leave a lot out, right?
Or you beat her while she was holding your son,
right? And shit.
Like,
yeah.
Why you can't see?
And these is all the.
So dating for me now, I feel like I'm 33. Now I feel like after talking to an older guy, you got to be like 38, 39.
I just feel like for me, well, I don't particularly like to date young at all. I like seasoned. You know, baby, you gotta be seasoned. And I ain't talking about Ron Isley. Now don't fucking get all you stupid.
I'm on seasoned now.
I like my men seasoned because I feel like experience have shaped them and molded them into, you know, mature men, but that's not always necessarily the case. And this is why I'm so particular, even in dating, you know, because I know everybody got some bullshit going on with them, but I just need for your bullshit to be tolerable until I can get to the point where I can say, all right, I could really fuck with him. It ain't that bad. But damn, you can't even really get there.
Or what about I met this dude? He told me he had 2 kids. I went on his Instagram. He had 17.
And then you deny your kids. Child bye. Well, I'm going to give it because we've been on the motherfucking thing for 2 hours. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I actually like it because this channel, I need for y'all to know, this ain't no damn professional channel. Meaning, this is not Oprah Winfrey. This is not syndicate based. This is just me having a conversation with all of you guys out there. And plus my girlfriend. And I thank y'all for listening. And we're going to get ready to get the fuck out of here because we ain't going to be on this shit all motherfucking day. But if you tuned in, I appreciate it. And if it's any type of way that, you know, we helped you, we put a bug in your ear, we helped the light bulb come on so that you could get a better understanding of things. Or even if you just realize that, damn, I'm not alone when you're going through shit. You're not. You're not. We're all going through shit together. And this is why I just try to promote healing. It is so important for us to heal ourselves so that we can be better functioning adults, healthy functioning adults, because ourselves depend on it, our children depend on it, and that toxic shit ain't motherfucking cute at all.
That didn't make me look all old, like I was getting these bags under my eyes, but they going away. Like
I ain't even gonna tell you how many times I went to the motherfucking hospital behind that nigga. I'm about to cut this shit off, child. Cause child,
part 2, y'all.
Child.
Part 2.
Oh, bye.